As the sacred day of Orthodox Easter dawned, a glimmer of hope for peace emerged from the ashes of conflict. Russian President Vladimir Putin declared a 36-hour unilateral ceasefire in observance of the holy occasion. This gesture, announced to begin on Saturday at 4 p.m. BST or 6 p.m. Moscow time, and last until midnight on Sunday, was intended to allow Orthodox Christians on both sides of the conflict to commemorate the resurrection of Jesus Christ in peace and tranquility. The ceasefire announcement was met with cautious optimism by the international community, weary from the relentless violence that had gripped the region for over 2 years. Many hoped that this respite, however temporary, would provide a much-needed reprieve from the bloodshed and suffering. The promise of a ceasefire offered a glimmer of hope that perhaps, even amidst the deep divisions and animosity, the spirit of Easter could foster a modicum of understanding and compassion. However, this flicker of hope was short-lived, extinguished almost as quickly as it had ignited. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, in a somber address to the nation, accused Russia of violating the ceasefire agreement almost immediately after it came into effect. Zelensky, with a heavy heart, detailed the alleged breaches, painting a grim picture of the situation on the ground. He reported that within the first 6 hours of the supposed truce, Ukrainian forces had come under heavy fire from Russian troops. The numbers were staggering: 387 shellings, 19 assaults, and 290 drone deployments were reported by the Ukrainian military. These alleged violations, if true, represented a blatant disregard for the sanctity of the religious holiday and a callous indifference to the hopes for peace that it had inspired. Zelensky accused the Kremlin of orchestrating a cruel charade, creating the illusion of a ceasefire while relentlessly pursuing its military objectives. The accusations leveled by Ukraine sent shockwaves through the international community, casting a pall over the Easter celebrations and renewing fears of further escalation in the conflict. In the fog of war, truth often becomes the first casualty. The alleged ceasefire violation was no exception, with both sides offering diametrically opposed narratives of the events. Russia, in a statement issued by its defense ministry, vehemently denied any breach of the truce. They maintained that Russian forces had adhered to the ceasefire agreement fully and accused Ukrainian troops of violating the truce. This stark discrepancy in accounts, with each side blaming the other for the breakdown of the ceasefire, underscored the deep-seated mistrust that had come to define the conflict. The absence of any neutral observers in the conflict zones made it virtually impossible to verify the claims and counterclaims independently. This blame game, unfortunately, was not an isolated incident but rather a recurring theme in the ongoing conflict, further complicating efforts to find a peaceful resolution. The alleged violation of the Easter ceasefire, regardless of who was responsible, highlighted the fragility of trust in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. This conflict, which has raged on for over 2 years, has left an indelible mark on the region, claiming countless lives, displacing millions, and sowing seeds of discord that may take generations to heal. The repeated breakdown of ceasefires, often accompanied by accusations and denials from both sides, has eroded trust and made the prospect of a negotiated settlement seem increasingly distant. The Easter truce violation served as a stark reminder of the deep-seated animosity and the long, arduous road ahead before peace can be achieved. As the guns fall silent on this holy day, one can only hope that the spirit of Easter might yet inspire a genuine commitment to peace, a commitment that transcends political calculations and prioritizes the sanctity of human life.